Welcome again, everybody, to the Mile High Basketball Guys
Yeah.
podcast. It is your boy, Santi Rico, joined
Yes, sir.
today again by Mr. Michael Squires. Michael, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right. Still have some lingering effects from COVID-19, but it didn't really hit me too hard, luckily. So, I mean, everybody stay safe out there. Wash your hands, wear your mask, socially distance.
Yeah, for real. Wash your hands, dude. I can't explain how annoying it is when I go to the bathroom and I watch people just walk out of
Happens
the
more often
stall and
than not.
that's so gross to me.
It's
I mean,
disgusting.
the pandemic made me into a bit of a germaphobe, but I mean, it's kind of worth it. I feel cleaner. I feel better
Right.
about myself when I wash my hands and take the precautions.
It's extremely necessary. So definitely practice good hygiene
And wear a mask, especially
and wear a
if
mask.
you're not vaccinated. But Colorado has a mask mandate, so you got to wear it either way. Anyway, Michael, we're here today to discuss the rampant success of the Denver Nuggets team over the past few weeks. We are on an 8-winning streak. We have ascended to the second in the Northwest Division, and I believe the third in the Western Conference.
Maybe I think we're fourth right now.
Fourth? Okay. Excuse that. But a lot of people are putting love on Aaron Gordon and JaVale McGee. Were they the missing pieces that we needed to really step this up?
I think there are definitely direct answers to last year's problems. If anyone was to ask, well, what is your solution for a team like the Los Angeles Lakers? You directly answer that question with the acquisitions of Aaron Gordon and JaVale McGee. I think their presence has been felt. It's been seen. I believe I've seen a graphic that ever since we've acquired Gordon, that our defensive efficiency is top 5 in the league. So, I mean, I know it's a short sample size, but his presence alone is already holding us. I've seen games where we're holding teams to under 100 points, and that's always the goal.
Yeah, you feel it, man. You feel it when you watch the games, too. You see Aaron Gordon on the defensive end, and he has an eye for the ball. He can tell what play is about to happen, and he'll use that athleticism and length to interrupt it. I've seen him stop at least 3 alley-oops from happening, just jumping up there and getting to it before the recipient. So,
and what I was surprised to learn just watching him, he's really not that big of a guy. So what you allude to is his IQ, his defensive IQ is through the roof. So he uses that to get himself into position and his natural athleticism to make plays. And yeah, I have noticed he does break up dunks and alley-oops at the rim, and it's something that I've been painting for, and we finally have an answer to one of the major problems that we were discussing throughout the whole series of this podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jeremiah Grant is no longer being missed as much as he once was. So anyway, let's go over the games that we had, because we had a massive victory just the day of our podcast, I believe, last time against the Clippers, who are just above us in the Western Conference.
On the road.
He
was a huge road win, and we broke. I believe they were on a 5-game home win streak. So it was definitely a playoff atmosphere, playoff type game, and we definitely went in there and handled business. It was a comfortable win, I would say, even though the scoreboard only says that we won by 7 points. I feel like it was a lot more. We had the game in hand.
Yeah, a lot happened in that fourth quarter too.
Right.
In my opinion, because I feel like if we hadn't kept our lead, because they came within 1 point of us, and we had Jokic drain a really big 3-pointer, and then Jamal, the blue arrow, started taking off. I feel like if we didn't have that clutch mentality, we might have lost it. But lately, the boys have been showing up in the fourth quarter. It's a beautiful thing to watch, especially Jamal Murray when he gets his his groove on.
He's a player that can take over a game. It's very rare in this league that you could just take over. There's 9 other people on the court, so to be able to have that type of effect in clutch time, he doesn't steer away from it at all. He's a winner. That's what he's used to doing. So, I think he's one of those guys that definitely hates to lose more than he likes to win, and you can kind of see that. Like, I'm not losing, and that kind of fire. Just when he starts hitting those threes and those clutch times, there's nothing that can stop him. He's going to pull it from 30, 35 feet. He's going to do a crossover move. He's going to get open, and when he does, he's going to bury that thing. And that's what, getting closer to the playoffs. That's what we need, is that clutch Jamal Murray.
Yep, and you want the ball in his hands in those final few minutes, definitely. I remember watching and just screaming at the TV, so excited that he was making just about every shot in those final 5 minutes. It was beautiful.
Well, the reason I feel like we won it so handily is just like our starters just put up 90 points. When your starters put up 90 points in a game and you're trying to hold teams to under 100, I mean, that's amazing right there. That's a dangerous, potent starting lineup. And I just really, even though they got close and Terrence Mann had a pretty big performance for them and had some pretty huge timely shots that pulled the lead, like you said, within one. Like, even when it was close, I was like, we're about to go on a run and put this thing away. And I haven't really felt that confidence in this team in the last few weeks, but it's just like almost starting to get that swagger to us to, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting to get, even as a fan, I'm starting to get a little more cocky about it. Like,
definitely, man.
I'm throwing out championship contenders and, you know what I'm saying, these things of that, like, and not even with a question mark, like earlier when we discussed it, like, are they championship? No, it's like, if I'm discussing them, it's like, yeah, we're definitely championship contenders. And that's just, the narrative has definitely changed with just 2 acquisitions, and the excitement is just overflowing.
That was a crazy trade. I couldn't imagine how well it would have worked out for us, but it really did. And I just got to mention, because I don't like Paul George, that playoff P came back and he shot 5 for 15. I love watching him. When you said it felt like a playoff game. Yeah, it definitely did, because Paul
right, because he disappeared.
Yeah.
I mean, we only played 9 players in that game, so you can see that our rotation is starting to tighten up. You know, who's going to get minutes is pretty certain. Like, we're not clearing the bench unless we have a huge victory, which, I mean, we did have in a few of the upcoming games, but this one in particular, you can see that Malone is really locking in on his favorites right now. And once we get to full strength, I don't see us playing more than 9 people in the playoffs.
Yeah, and Aaron Gordon got 3 steals. Like I said, he reads those plays and he jumps too. He
just filled the stat line on that one. Where you go, 14, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. It's like this guy is just, he just fills the stat sheets. When you look at Joker and he puts up 14, 7, and 7, that's awesome. And then you got Gordon that does 14, 6, and 6, 3, and 2. Like, you're just adding more stats to that paint is definitely being solidified. And that's what we've been, like, really desperate for, like crying almost for it. Like, please get us some paint presence besides Jokic. And I think, the front office did a great job with this one. It was a home run with the acquisition of Gordon and McGee, even though McGee's time's been short and he didn't play in this game in particular. I mean, it's been huge. It's amazing how they're gelling together so quickly. We were kind of already starting to streak before the trade, and then you think maybe a trade might throw off the chemistry, might throw a little a chink in the armor, but no, it's not at all. It's like he just fit right in, and he slashes really to the basket. And I read something that in 6 games, Nikola Jokic has given more assisted to Gordon scoring on more plays than any player had for the Magic, which the most that any of them had assisted to Gordon was only 15, and Nikola Jokic was already at 16 through 6 games. So it's like he just fits so well.
He's in here.
He's a slasher, but he's also spot up shooting threes, not at a very high percentage, but even if he can get it to go in 1 out of 3, 1 out of 4 times, he's stretching the floor enough to make it dangerous. And everybody knows he's going to slash. So if he can hit a couple threes and make people step out and respect it, it's going to make it even more potent when he's slashing to the rim, catching oops, just finishing. He finishes at the rim. He's
a beautiful rim finisher, man. And we got basically Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon going in for slams every game. It's fun basketball. It's beyond beautiful just to watch. And I got to say also that Aaron Gordon had 6 assists in that, which – it's a big stat, especially considering the Nuggets play style with ball movement. He was always finding the open guy and getting that finish. So he's a cog perfectly built for this Denver machine.
No, it was the front office. Like I said, they weren't even on my radar. Like Gordon wasn't even on my radar. Obviously, like that's why we don't do this. But the front office, they had their ear to the ground, and they knew that the Magic were about to fire sale and clear house and do a full-on rebuild. And we definitely were one of the greatest beneficiaries of it, because I don't think Evan Fournier has done anything for the Celtics. So I'm glad that Gordon was willing to come here, and it's been such a perfect fit. And he's loving it in the locker room. People are talking about how this is the easiest buckets he's ever made in his career. So we're definitely
the team mentality is building up, man, and he fits in perfectly. So we got that win over the Clippers, and then moving forward, we had a bit of a tumultuous game against the Nuggets. Some would say we underperformed in that first half.
The Magic.
Magic. My bad. A little bit of a Freudian slip there. So at home against the Magic, where we were down 18 at the half, and we managed to come back and win by 10 points.
Well, this was every bit of a trap game right here, where you think, oh, we're just going to go in, we're going to dominate, we've been on a roll, everybody's talking about how good of a team we are, and then they go out and go down by 18 at the half. It's like, I think they overlooked this one. They overlooked their opponent on this one for sure. And,
one thing that I always think of when we face these kinds of teams is that we just traded some of our players over here, so they're angry at us and they're going to score. So
right, they got
RJ
the
Hampton,
he came out on fire.
Game.
He came out on absolutely on fire. Yeah, he definitely started off that run that they went on. Like, he started it, and he made like his first 5 or 6 shots or something crazy. And I was like, man, that's why we drafted him. They're definitely showing the glimpses of why we drafted him, but I'm definitely not mad at the trade. And you definitely a lot of emotions into it when, like you said, there's players involved in that trade, and even for Gordon, because Gordon had 24 points in that game, and pretty much was the catalyst for our victory in that. And it was a lot of emotions riding high on that. And I think that definitely had a lot to play into it. But I definitely think that some way they definitely overlooked this team that they thought they were just going to blow past them, walk over them. Any cliche you want to throw in there.
Bad reason, too. I mean, the team isn't really that great on paper, but anytime you start underestimating your competition, they're going to start surprising you.
This is the NBA. People still get paid money to compete and win games and put fans into the stadium. So, you can't just take any night off. And I think that really has to do with a lot of the mentality of how they perform in games, too. Like games that we should definitely blow teams out, and then we let them come back. It just, we gotta finish teams before we even start them, and then when we got them on the ropes, we gotta learn how to have that killer mentality, put our foot down instead of letting up off the gas. And I really do like how we came back though, down by 18. We could have called it quits, and we didn't though. We found a way to win, and that definitely says more about the team than it doesn't. But they should have never been in that 18-point hole to begin with. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah. It was definitely a stressful one. I remember watching the game and thinking, how are we going to get past this 18-point deficit, and almost giving up just on the thought that we might win the game. But we surged back in that second half. We had a 38-point third quarter. And
we held them to 22 or so, 24 or something?
It was 21 points in the third quarter.
So they had defense, and then offense followed it, but it was that third quarter definitely was pivotal. We put our stamp right back on the game, and I'm hoping it was Coach Malone. I want to give him credit for this one. Hopefully that he gave him some locker room speech that fired him up. They came out and dominated that third quarter, and eventually that fourth quarter as well. We hold them to 44 points in the second half. That's stellar defense right there, and we scored obviously a lot more than that. So it was a I don't know, halftime speech. Maybe give some credit to Malone. I don't do that enough. I don't feel like.
I mean, I'll give him some credit. We haven't lost in 8 games, and we made a great move. It seems like he's starting to get a hold of this team a little better and be more of a locker room leader than we probably would have assumed earlier. But you can't discredit him, because Malone obviously got Aaron Gordon and told him this is how we're going to play. Right. And he just blended right in. He had a perfect time fitting perfectly in. And Nikola Jokic had 16 assists in that game, I got to say.
Oh, man. Yeah, the dude, his scoring numbers are down. But all the other numbers are basically going up. And that's fine because when we're talking about how the big three is scoring like 60 and 70 points, but now I'm talking about how the starters are putting up 90. And in this game in particular, the starters put up 98 points. Yeah. So it's like, like even if you drop 17 points and your starters put up 98 as a group, it's like, yeah, that's fine. I'll take 17 points and 16 assists. Mm-hmm. So and what he was one rebound away from a triple double. I'm sure he'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah, and we've said it before that when Nikola Jokic isn't scoring, he's still a massive contributor on the offensive end. He's still finding the passing lanes. He's still posting up and drawing a double team and, passing to the open man. And that happened a lot in this game. Also with the cutters. I don't know if this is new, but it's something that I noticed about Jokic's game is his bounce pass is finding the mark every time. It's like he puts some English on it and it bounces right at the feet of the recipient and bounces straight up for them to catch it. It's a fancy looking pass.
He's on point. He's on top of his game right now. I noticed in one of the more recent games how he's noticing when the guards bail out when he picks the ball up and they come to try to steal the ball from him, he's like he's got eyes in the back of his head. He's been avoiding it. Now he's been absolutely he's not getting picked. I think it's been a communication thing. I think somebody's calling it. I think they have discussed it enough throughout the season that if their man leaves there's got to be a signal phrase that they're yelling to him because it's like. This man's like the Matrix out there.
Yeah, so I know. You see that guard come and try to swipe it away from him, but he's got it already up in his hands and he finds it.
He moves it and then and it's like, man, the dude he's one step ahead of the whole league right now, it feels like. And if you don't consider this guy an MVP, like I don't know, you should definitely reevaluate your own standards because this man is carrying the team. He's great in almost every facet and I don't know. That's our MVP, and it should be the league MVP. And I think no question.
With our recent success, a lot of people are starting to realize how important Jokic is to the team, considering that he's feeding everybody. I mean, the past few games, just about every starter has gotten double-digit points. There's nobody left out in Jokic's table.
Right, and he's hitting some clutch shots. Like we talk about how Murray can definitely hit timely shots, but and Jokic is just like when we need a basket, like we really, really need one, he's gonna go get it. And like he's been so consistent, and he hasn't missed a game this year. He hasn't missed a game this year.
That's a huge point too. A lot of big men are injured, especially the star big men like Joel Embiid and Jokic. His play style or just his body built. Or his body buildup, he doesn't get injured. He
worked hard this offseason. Like Murray, we've rested him 3 games straight now, and that's a guard. So usually the guards are more durable than the big men because big men are bumping bodies, 300 plus pound bodies in the paint, multiple people sometimes. So it's like they're going to suffer more from it. You look at the end of the game when Jokic's arms are all cut and bleeding and bruised up. Like you can he's going to
He's so pale that you can just see every little mark.
He looks like a coloring board. And you could tell that he's putting in that work every single night, and then he hasn't even rested one game. So like, man, how is that not MVP? Just gotta hats off for the guy, and absolutely. I'm rooting for him. And if he doesn't get it, I just don't know what standards they go off of, what metric it is. I'd like to know.
He's got my vote, and if I could vote twice, thrice, and 4 times, all of them would go to Nikola Jokic. And that's not me being a fan. That's me saying that Nikola Jokic is the best in the league with absolutely no Denver bias behind it.
No, you would never really need it because I'm going to give it to you anyway. But it's like from a fan and an analytical perspective, like he's hats off, MVP.
Hats off, MVP. Yeah.
So I want to be there chanting that for sure. I can't wait to get in a ball arena.
Neither can I, man. Neither can I. I'm trying. I'll see if I can get a ticket or 2 for a few games coming up because I miss live basketball.
A playoff game. I know that's the last game I've been to was a playoff game. It was versus the Spurs. So it was like, oh man, I want to get back to that atmosphere. that type of environment. Just
and it's going to be even better
crazy
this time now that we're winning like crazy and we've got such a powerful team. I mean, the fans are obviously as excited as we are about it.
We're protecting that home court now, and I don't think that's something that we were doing earlier this year. And Denver's definitely one of those places where you get a home court advantage with the altitude and definitely the fans. So just even the little small amount that they've had in has had a huge impact, and even on the players, like wanting to play hard and having Jokic's wife in the stands and things like that. It's like, it adds an extra little level of motivation, and it shows because we haven't lost one of those games where, it's like, oh man, we should definitely win this game at home and we lose it. Like, we're starting to win the games that we were supposed to.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And our next home game after that Magic game was against the Pistons, where Jeremy Grant really, he showed out. He got 29 points in that game.
Oh yeah, he balled out for sure.
He proved that that's where he wants to be, but we're not sorely missing him because we were in control of the game for the entirety
of his decision. It's like, you wanted to go get paid more money, that's fine, but this is the type of team you could have bid on.
Yeah,
you can get paid or you can win championships. So you make your decision, you make your bed, you lay in it, and I mean, it would be hard for me to turn down an extra $4 million a year. So
give me $1 million over 20 years, and I'd be happy with that.
Right? Yeah. So I mean, I can't knock the guy for going and cashing out. He's still young. He might still be able to go play for a playoff contender, championship contender. But yeah, I mean, he definitely made his choice, and this game just shows like that's the difference between cashing a paycheck and working towards a championship. There's a huge difference.
Yep. And Jokic had another great game. His scoring was up in this one, but he also got double-digit assists.
Two rebounds away from a triple-double. He's always on triple-double alert.
Yeah, he's always just 1 or 2 or 3 away from getting that. And especially with the latest addition in Aaron Gordon, I mean, his assist numbers are going up too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Every number, but mostly his scoring, bless you. And really everybody's, because this is the third consecutive game where the starters scored at least 90 points. They scored 95 in this one. So it's like, wow, how many teams have done that this season? Probably not a lot.
Not many at all.
And we've done it 3 games in a row or 90 plus just from the starters alone. It's like, it doesn't really ask for your bench to do much at all. You're playing super complimentary basketball, and you can see just the minutes are going mostly towards the bench and just a few people or to the starters and just a few people off the bench, unless it's like a huge blowout.
Yeah. I mean, this game was sort of a blowout from
definitely.
Half. So we had a bunch of bench guys.
Everybody played except for Bol and McGee.
Yeah,
so
what the heck? I want to see McGee out there more because I think he adds a lot to the team. He's got a very defensive mindset, and honestly, he looks good when he's attacking the rim.
He's a different JaVale McGee, man.
I like his energy now. He's definitely matured in the league and figured out what his niche is to fill in every team. And
that's what winning a couple of chips will do for you. Like, people take a role player as like a disrespectful term or so, but now if you know your role and you do it very well, then you will forever have a place in this league. And that's what he's finding out, and he's getting sought after by championship contenders. Like, that's why he's always in the mix, because he's got that type of experience and that physicality and that presence. So I mean, he's a perfect addition, like we mentioned with Gordon. And even though, like I said, he didn't play that game, him and Bol, it's going to be a slow transition to get him acclimated into that altitude. Yeah, man, it's thin up there, but
kills people. Yeah. I was doing my wrestling show last night, and we had a few people from out of state come in, and it's very hard to perform if you're not absolutely athletic AF in this.
It's an advantage.
It's an advantage, man, because I know when I go down from altitude, I feel like a king. I can run all day.
Right, forever.
There's nothing stopping me, and I'm asthmatic, so obviously these athletes have a stellar advantage at home and even away just by being used to the mile-high air.
I guess they feel like at this point they just don't need his presence right now. They're just saving him for a deep playoff run at this point.
I mean, we don't really need him. I just like to watch block shots. I feel like that's one of my favorite parts of the game is block shots.
He just plays above the rim, man. He's so lanky and so tall.
He really is lanky, though. His arms are so long.
That wingspan is 7 foot something
That's why he
wingspan. It's
was
like,
on
wow.
Shaq and the Fool so much, because he was getting used to all that length in his body. He was like
He used to do some very,
a
very like squirrely things. Like I used to not like JaVale McGee's game, but he's definitely refined it, and it's come from a more technical standpoint now, and more disciplined, and just you could just tell he's night and day different. He's a totally different player from the JaVale McGee that first tour with the Nuggets.
Mm-hmm. And
But we
he
can't
might get another ring. He might get another ring.
And then this is the game that we got Monte Morris back.
I believe so. The Pistons game you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he had a decent outing. You can't complain. Efficient, found his passes. It's always interesting to me that Jokic is always the highest assister. Usually that's going to be a guard on any other team, but Jokic is always the one who's pulling in the assists.
Yeah, so I'm just glad that we can have the type of depth to be able to bench Murray. Go ahead and rest him up, and I think it's the second time that we've done that this season. So I mean, this should definitely get him right.
He needs it sometimes, He puts a lot of himself into these games, and I can't complain because he's been putting up the numbers a lot more consistently lately. So
right.
And, if we can win a game without him, then we don't need to play him.
Well, absolutely. So, and then Barton, 24 points?
24, yeah. You were talking bad on Barton.
I'm glad we didn't trade. I mean, we got rid of Gary Harris. That was the right move. If it was him or Harris, I mean, he definitely adds a lot more right now because, Gary Harris just hasn't been very consistent, but he's still so streaky, man. It's like, you never know, and he just takes a lot of shots. Like he's got the green light. Somebody gave him the green. He just shoots and shoots. And sometimes it goes in, sometimes it doesn't. If he could just get that consistent, even if he just scored 15 points a night, that'd be solid. But sometimes he just goes out there and just throws some bricks up there.
Yeah, but he's got the hustle
clank
too,
hard. Man. He's got a high arc, so when he misses it, it's just it's ugly.
Yeah, it bounces right on out. It's kind of rough. But I gotta say, I like Barton's play recently because he'll grab a rebound and he'll run all the way down the court and lay it in, not even look another way.
He definitely, and his blocking too is underrated. He definitely gets a lot of blocks for somebody that's not like a power forward or a center. He definitely pins a lot of shots on the backboard, and he's been finishing a lot more at the rim. It's just when he just gets into that shoot mentality, he just keeps pulling every shot. Like, man, just slash too, man. You can definitely finish at the rim when
he's
doing
rim
that.
Finisher. He's got tons of tricky little layups on him.
He sure does.
All right, and
because even in this one, he had a drive in this game where it looked like Grant was going to block it. He went up and then he reversed and he used the other side of the rim. It was smooth.
Yeah,
it was silky smooth. Yeah, it was still silky smooth. And when he's like that, when we get that Will Barton, that's when we're on point. He's shooting 50% from three. Like that's it. Like I don't really expect too much from him. Like just do stuff like that. It just shoot threes and slash to the basket and just try to hit the threes at a high percentage. Just when he's doing that 1 for 7, it's just
0 for 8.
Zero, though, when he's doing that, it's like once you're 0 for 4, you got to tell yourself like, all right, maybe stop shooting so much and put the ball on the ground. Maybe we'll make him respect it a little more and put the ball on the ground.
Yep. All right, and we'll wrap it up on that Pistons game, which was just a good outing for us in general.
Just before we do that, we had 3 30-point quarters in that game, so that was like
that's a big statistic. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, that was like usually we'll go put up like a 30-point quarter followed by like a 20-point quarter and maybe do it again in the third. But we had 3 of them I think in a row, so it was like it's pretty consistent outing from us offensively.
Yeah, it's like 2K with that kind of consistency, man.
Oh yeah, man, absolutely. That's how the starting numbers are. It's like you don't even. They're trying to sub out your starters. Like, no, what are you doing? Put
Yeah,
those, put them back in. Put
stop.
them back in.
Turn off the automatic subs, man.
Turn off I don't care if there's a Gatorade sign under his name. I want my starters in there.
All right. So yeah, we'll move on from that. And we had a pretty interesting little back-to-back kind of game against the Spurs at home. The first one was pretty tight up until the second half, but the second one was a real resurgence by the Spurs.
It was just a total like fourth quarter meltdown for us.
Yeah. So, well, what do you think was the plan by Pop for these two games? Because he obviously lost the first one and came back with a different mentality. Was he trying to lull us to sleep by giving us a big first quarter?
I think so. Pops, he's a legend in this. So he obviously had a plan. But I'm looking at this roster and I'm like, I don't know how they compete with us every single time. And then you look at the starters, even
it's Pop,
like nobody
did
anything spectacular. Like I think the only reason they really lost this game, the first game, was because they didn't hit shots. They shot 25% from 3-point. And I'm sure a lot of them were open looks. So they just didn't shoot very well. Will Barton went 3 of 13 in this game. And I'm like, that's the type of stuff that really irks my nerves. Like, he is the most inconsistent person like I've ever seen. And not only like the Nuggets, I think like in the whole NBA, it's like this guy is just so on and off. It is ridiculous. You never know what you're gonna get. You really he's so volatile. It's disturbing. But we got to rest Murray again, so we weren't even at full strength. This was like, I don't know. I don't even really feel like they were really trying that hard on both sides. It was just one of those games where it was just like, you got to play it. It's on the schedule. And I know Malone comes from Popovich's coaching tree, so it's always interesting to see those matchups. But I don't know. It was an interesting game. We had 17 turnovers, 6 missed free throws. We had a ball sighting. He was feeling real dangerous out there. 1 point in 4 minutes.
Why you gotta hate on my man Bol like that? Come on,
he woke up feeling dangerous that morning. I think that was a game that Malone got ejected for sticking up for Nikola Jokic, which he needs it. He does not get the superstar calls at all, and I think that's another reason why his scoring isn't really as high per game. He doesn't even get nearly as many free throw attempts per game as most NBA All-Stars and NBA All-Star bigs, more specifically. Yeah. So if you look at the Joel Embiids of the world, like, they're going to shoot 10, 12 free throws a game. And if Jokic had that, his numbers would be even higher in the scoring department. So just
a lot of teams take that as an excuse to just beat the crap out of him in the post.
Right.
Like, he gets abused down there.
They announced the refs, and I'm like, oh, who are the 3 blind mice today? It's like, it doesn't even matter. And it's like they get told, don't call it. It's like they get told not to call anything on Jokic. It's like, I feel his frustration.
Somebody else put money on the MVP race, and they don't want Jokic getting in it.
They don't want it, man, because those gimme points, like, everything he earned, his whole stat line is earned. Mm-hmm. Every night he goes to war, he goes to battle, and like, they can't even reward him with just a few gimmies because he's earned it. Like, LeBron will get those superstar calls. James Harden will get those superstar calls, but Nikola Jokic is expected to just take those shots. Even Joel Embiid's going to get more, even though the mentality is, he's big, he can take it. Yeah, man, they're going to let him shoot. And I think it's because Jokic can shoot at such a high percentage.
Yeah, he's dangerous from the free throw line.
He's dangerous from anywhere. It's just slow. It's just so slow developed. It's like some of his slashes to the basket and dunks that he's had over these last few games has just been almost funny to me to even count him as dunks, because it's just so non-violent. It's just like the most unenthusiastic dunks I've ever seen. Might as well just count it as a layup. But you gotta love it, man. He's a 7-footer that doesn't get off the ground. Barely get a piece of paper under that when he jumps. So
I mean, he still reaches the rim though. So there's
and his timing is impetuous, because he definitely is tipping the big tipper. He's there, he's at the rim, and he's always got a timely play. And he's got moves for days, man. He needs them. He's not gonna go
He's got so
overpower you
many nicknames, man. Like he does
because he does.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, he does so much. The Big Tipper, Big Honey. Forgot what other ones they got for
Cookie
him.
Monster.
The Cookie Monster.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's the 7-foot Serbian.
All kinds.
Yeah,
He's dangerous, man.
And his tool belt is stacked too, man. He's got all kind of moves.
It's
He's got
not
the
even a
chicken
tool
wing.
belt, man. It's like a whole tool chest.
All right, yeah,
He's got that red Craftsman. He brings it in every game.
Yeah, he's got the Dirk fadeaway, the Sombor shuffle, the little chicken wing. He's got it all, man.
One thing I love is his hooks. Those hooks are so like he just. Boop,
yeah, sweet. I like how he palms the ball. Like it looks like an orange in his hand.
Yeah, another like he'll catch the ball with one hand and not even like control it. Just throw it right on up.
He's got a couple tip passes, no look tip passes, and then like even some of his putbacks are just like some of the most effortless, like almost lazy. And it just goes in.
It's like, I caught the rebound. I got to put it back in. Crap.
Yeah, he's seen it like a mile away though, because his arm's already in position. It's like, ugh. He gets drops like the most effortless 20 points I ever see. It's like Jokic just dropped a triple double. It's like what? What's so slow? Like when?
He's the YMCA dad, man.
Oh man, he got
game.
Oh, he got game for sure, man. He's definitely not one of those people I would describe as athletic, but he can ball.
He doesn't need athleticism, man. He doesn't need it. He's got pure skill.
What's up with your boy Bull, man?
I don't know, dude. It's killing me. I hate it, man. You get 4 minutes, you got to do something, bro.
You got to do something with it, man. It might be the only 4 minutes you're gonna get, and it was.
But you got to say, I mean, he did get 2 blocks. So
yeah, man. There you go. Let's find the silver lining.
There's a little silver lining, but I mean, he should be hitting those free throws. He's got a pretty nice stroke.
So, all right. So one thing I wanted to point out about the bench on this one is PJ Dozier went plus 25 on the bench, and McGee went plus 15. Like that's solid contribution. You come in, you get some minutes, you make sure you don't get outscored while you're in the game. And Dozier with a plus 25, that's huge. He only scored 8 points, but
yeah, I mean he played 28 minutes.
So right, and so 28 minutes you go plus 25. Yeah, solid.
I'm gonna sneeze again. Snap. Oh, it's
bless you.
It's allergy season, my guy.
Yeah, man, absolutely. It's all dry out, man.
Yeah, it was dry last night too. Sprung a nosebleed this morning. It's gnarly. It's gnarly for a man like me.
So with that game, man, it basically came down to we out-rebounded them 53-42, and they shot like terribly.
Not a very good shooting percentage on their end, but we didn't do too much better. You know, it was just the rebounds, the extra possessions that we had.
It was such a mediocre game. I just feel like even though we're on a win streak, it was just like they didn't really come to play that one. It wasn't serious.
Yeah, they were scared. They were scared.
And then, they came back. What, it was like 2 days later?
Yep.
So we played them on a back-to-back, and then 2 days. So we played them back-to-back, and then we played them off of a back-to-back. So there's a lot of back-to-backs going there.
Back-to-back.
And then this one, I mean, obviously Monte Morris, you got to highlight him. In 25 minutes, he drops 21 points, shooting 7 of 8 from the field, 5 of 5 from 3. Basically, single-handedly carried our 3-point percentage that game, which we shot 51%. And I was all like, how? I was looking at because I think Michael Porter Jr. went 2 for 7 from 3. So I was like, how in the world did we go 50% from 3-point land? But it was because Monte went 100% on 5 for 5. But even in that horrible shooting performance from 3 from MPJ, he still dropped 22 points. So, I mean, that just goes like that maturity we were talking about right there, where even though he took a lot of shots and didn't make a lot of threes, he still gets 22 points. That's at the rack then. You know, he's slashing, he's finishing, he's a certified bucket. But imagine if he'd hit like, I don't know, like 4, maybe even 5 out of 7, and this dude could average 30 points a game.
Easily. And earlier on in the season, you would have seen 2 for 7, and you would have saw like 15 points.
Maybe even less than that. If
9 or something like that.
But yeah, for real.
He was just a 3-point shooter at the start of the season for the most part, and now we're watching.
And he got that game-winning defensive effort because
he
contested at the rim, and it was beautiful. It was a good no call. It was great defense, and I definitely wanted to highlight that about that game because MPJ ran full court with the guy, contested at the rim, got the stop to get the win, even though it should have never been that close.
Yeah.
It should have never been
Shouldn't
that
have gotten
close.
to that point, definitely.
Take the win, but my goodness, did we let off on this one.
MPJ really, he's not bad defensively.
No,
he's not a great defender, but he stays with his man. And
he's rangy, man. He's so like lanky that he just makes you feel like you'd be uncomfortable if he was guarding you because you're not going to get very open.
Exactly. You got to be creative at the rim when you try to finish over him because he doesn't shy away from swinging those arms.
Not exactly. Okay, you don't care about getting that foul. He all of those things around. Lanky, he definitely like I can see the comparisons to Kevin Durant for sure, but even maybe better defensively already in comparison to their careers.
Perhaps. We'll see because he's not even the full product yet, man. And that's what's crazy about it is we're talking about him like he's already a superstar, and he basically is.
As a third option.
Yeah, as a third option, he could easily be the star of an offense with his ability. You know, give him another year or two.
20 and 8 every night.
Yeah, he's a rebound machine. He's a rebound machine. Only thing he needs to work on is the passing a little bit because he really likes to have the ball and put it in the net. But I think this
is one of like Gordon's worst games. I feel like as a Nugget, but I think it was important that people see it's he's not going to have a perfect game every game. He still had 11 points and 2 assists, but that's just I don't know. You expect a little more from him.
Yeah.
But I expected a bad game within the first 10 from him. He'd been so super consistent. I think I'd already gotten spoiled.
It's got to happen. He can't just be the savior of the Nuggets, He
had a couple bad fouls in this game too.
Oh, yeah.
But it was just it was probably his worst game as a Nugget, and it wasn't even terrible. So if that's the bottom end of if that's his floor, then I'm totally okay with that because his ceiling is definitely worth it.
It's way up there, man. And we got to see JaVale come in and block a shot, which is what he's there for.
And he had this huge dunk.
Yeah.
He slashed to the rim and he just went up and nobody was going to contest it. And we didn't have that lob threat before that above the rim.
Now we have 2. Jokic has been lobbing to both of them. Or not both of them, but definitely to Aaron.
To Gordon, for sure.
That's what I appreciate is a big man to big man lob. It's not that big. It's not that common of a thing. So when you see it, it's like, how is anybody supposed to stop that?
I don't know who let this trade go through.
Here it ends.
They're going to be real.
Whoa. Somebody. Bro.
That's like a deep dream right there. Sure, you got to win one before you can win 2. You have to play out the start. It's all good. I'm feeling right now. It's good. I'm feeling.
Oh, man.
Let's go.
Is your internet all right, bro? You just turned into a robot.
Should be.
All right, there you go. I think you're back.
Okay.
Yeah, that whole little tangent you went on was just robotic.
Yeah, because they didn't want to hear it, man.
They weren't. They're DDoS, bro.
Man, it was too real, dog. I just got censored. I just got live censored this night.
All right.
But we're gonna do this thing, man. Do a deep playoff run, and I know I definitely want to attend a game at Ball Arena. I'm gonna definitely start saving up now, see how it goes. But we're still stringing wins together. I think we won 19 of the last 22 games on an 8-game winning streak.
There's no stopping us. There's no stopping us, man. And
sky's the limit.
It definitely is. And tonight we got the Boston Celtics, who have been what I would say is massively underperforming this season. They're basically 50-50. And what do you think? You think we're gonna kick their butts?
I think we have a weird way of playing down to our competition, so it'll be an extremely competitive game. And Jason Tatum is fresh off of a 50-point performance, so he's one of those guys that could light it up at any moment. So if we're not smart, we could definitely lose this game. But that being said, we're not going to. We're going to clamp down on that. That defensive presence is there now, and we're going to shut it down. We're going to hold them to under 100 points, and we're going to win this game.
Oh, dang. That's a heck of a prediction there.
Yes, sir.
I would have to agree with you. I'd say we're probably going to win. Only difference between winning and losing is whether or not we're going to be able to contain Jason and Jalen, because those guys,
stars.
they'll take it and run with it if you let them. So I'm interested to see the Aaron Gordon, Jason Tatum matchup. I think that'll be a fun little ditty, so to speak. But I don't think we have an answer for Jaylen Brown if it's not Aaron Gordon.
They definitely have two 3-level scorers. So if one of them's not going off, the other one usually is. So being able to contain both of them is usually a challenge.
Yep. So that game starts in about 15 minutes.
So I don't know if you want to wrap up.
We'll probably have to wrap it up. We got past every game over the past week and a half that we didn't get to cover. Team's looking good. I think this win streak could go into double digits. We just got to get past the Celtics, and then I don't know who we have next, but I'm sure they won't be nothing.
Right, doesn't matter.
It
just
line
them up. Just fill in the blank.
Yeah.
Who's next type mentality.
Who's next? Yes, Goldberg style.
Yeah, who's next?
Good. Yes, perfect. I'm glad you got the wrestling reference.
Oh,
all right,
absolutely.
Michael. We did it. Is there anything you want to leave the audience with before we officially sign off on this Mile High Basketball Guys podcast?
Just stay safe out there and go Nuggets.
Let's go Nuggets. Stay safe. And we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks with our next podcast. For Michael Squires and the Rocky Mountain Sports Report, I have been Santi, Rico, and we'll see you guys later.